start from the 80s.
Okay.
Madge was in a love triangle with Harold and Lou Carpenter. Harold had a chin wag with Mrs. Mangle about Madge gone around with Lou. And Mrs. Mangle, she thought she was a trollop.
Wax on, wax off.
Cigarettes.
Excellent.
Hello.
Hello.
Hello and welcome, Midlifers. We are your hosts, Fonz.
And Miz.
And this is your weekly podcast where it's not self-help, but more help yourself to a smorgasbord of nostalgia. What's it? Laughter and a deep dive into the past.
Yay, you got their Fonz. Welcome, listeners, to this week's episode, which has a bit of an Australian feel, apart from our normal regular chin hair wag, which we're going to have to begin with. We're going to go with, do you remember these Aussie beauty classics? Some of these brands I'd totally forgotten about, so I can't wait to get into that. And who did it better? Alf or Ailsa, Madge or Harold, home and away or Neighbours?
So let's jump in.
Yeehaw!
Okay, so we got some feedback, Mez. Drunk Uncle Toby slipped into our DMs.
Okay.
And he had a listen to our nostalgic episode regarding TV ads.
Yes.
And we forgot a few.
Yeah.
And he has said, what about Banana Boat? Banana Boat.
Very good.
He also said, install a ream for the hottest of hot water you've ever seen. Ream comes in.
One.
Oh, he didn't listen to us.
Don't go with Toby.
And he said Sakata.
I like that.
And
And I
I
like
stuck in our head.
they are stuck in your head. And I like that, please, if we miss out on anything or there's any other content that you miss, that you think, oh, they should have mentioned that, head over to our SpeakPipe or DM us.
Yeah.
We'll include
Slip
you.
into our DM. All right. Like Lindy Chamberlain from the 80s, I have to say, a tradie stole my pumpkins.
Someone stole my baby.
So we have been having work done around our house, all right? And yesterday, Mez, I noticed a tradie picking up my pumpkins because we're growing them in the front yard. And as I say, he was fiddling my butternuts. And he kept holding his pumpkin. Now, like Mrs. Mangle, I walked past my window and I was just looking through the shutters.
Yeah.
And he was holding a pumpkin. I'm like, well, it's still on the vine. I'm like, why is he holding a pumpkin?
My pumpkin.
My
Yeah.
pumpkin.
Yeah.
Anyway, I told my husband, he's like, just bring him in later, cut him off. But I felt too embarrassed. I'm like, oh, he'll know I'm watching him.
Yeah.
So I thought, I should rattle the front door and maybe the noise will scare him. So I opened the front door and pretend to have a look out and he put the pumpkin down.
Okay.
I go, that's it.
Yeah.
He knows I'm there. Go to pick the pumpkins and they're gone. I've got 2 pumpkins gone. I was like, where's my pumpkins? Tradie stole my pumpkins. So I had to go look at the footage because we've got cameras.
Yeah.
And you see him and he's holding the pumpkins, and whenever someone walks past, he puts the pumpkins down and twiddles the grass.
That's weird, but anyway.
He's twirling the grass in his fingers. And then over an hour and a half period, he cuts 2 pumpkins off the vine, goes to do some work, goes to his truck, gets his vest, takes them to the pumpkins, wraps the pumpkins like a newborn baby, and puts them in his truck. And I'm like, that tradie's having pumpkin soup for dinner tonight.
He sure is.
And I was initially cool, like if he took 1 pumpkin, but then when I saw how sneaky he was, and that's what got my go. I was like,
100%.
don't take my pumpkin.
Yes. I like, because he said if you'd just asked,
If he asked
you would've-
for a pumpkin, he goes, I would have given him
Yes.
a pumpkin.
Yeah.
But the fact he also took 2 pumpkins, which I have been watering every day. And also my daughter's been going outside saying our Cinderella pumpkins, they're growing because she loves Cinderella and she thinks they're going to turn into a coach. Bippity boppity no. And that's what's happened to me this week.
I can't believe it, because you showed me the footage and it is the sneaky side of it. And you think, okay, it's just pumpkins. But if he's sneaking around pumpkins, what else is he doing?
Because we've had tradies walking through our house and I've had my laptops out. I've got all my stuff out. But I think, no,
Yeah.
that'd be cool. But he stole my I can't get over he stole my pumpkin.
And of all things to steal,
My butternuts. Two
Get
butternut
your hands of
pumpkins.
Fonz's butternuts, please. That is so bizarre. I love it. And I feel like it would happen to you. You know, out of all our friends, I feel like this is something that would happen to you. But it's so good that you had it on video evidence.
Well, we've had things stolen from our house before. Not of the vegetable variety, but other things, which I can go on about later, which is why we've had the footage, the cameras installed.
Yeah.
Because we don't want, it's violating. I don't want people stealing my stuff. And, you know, like the stuff in our garage, we've worked hard, we've paid money for. And like, the vegetables, they're an investment that I've been watering for months.
Yeah.
You don't think I'm going to notice 2 pumpkins missing?
Yeah.
They're like my children now.
That you're planning to eat and enjoy.
I hope he chokes on his pumpkin soup.
Spitting out the seeds. Bloody, he must have had his eye on these pumpkins for a while. The fact that he said he'd took him like an hour and a half.
This was the first time he came to our house because he's does the truck. He drives the truck for the concrete.
And he just spotted the pumpkins.
He spotted the pumpkins and he hung out in that spot for an hour and a half till he found the perfect time to kidnap my pumpkins.
Never to be seen again.
What's been going on for you, miss?
I went to an auction on the weekend.
Oh.
Yes, a house that I had no intention of buying.
Don't tell me you bought a house.
No, I just wanted a sticky beak. And I've never done this before, but I've always wanted to.
Oh.
Local auctions in the area.
Yeah.
I've had a few where I'm like, I really want to go, but I'm too nervous to. And this one is this house that's been empty for about 2 years because I think the couple ended up being divorced or whatever.
Oh.
So everyone's been eyeing off his house. And it's literally like a 1-minute walk.
Okay.
It's a nice Saturday afternoon, and even my daughter we're eyeing off when the auction is. I said we're going to go for inspection before the auction. So even she's been counting down it. And I went there, and you know, at the start, you've got the real estate agent there. He takes your details.
Yep.
And I was the first one there, but open for inspection. I go, I thought I'd be honest. I'm like, I don't care anymore. You know, you get the age, you don't care. I don't have to put up pretenses.
Yeah.
So I go, I'm just here to have a sticky beak up down the road. You know, expect some, you know, and he was sort of very serious and just asked.
Taking away his permission, miss.
But like, he would know that, and I will tell you at the auction, there's only one bidder. Everyone
knows everyone comes for a sticky.
Yes. So I was like, you know, he expects some sort of like, yeah. He gave me none of that. He gave me nothing.
That's his bread and butter. And you're just coming out the side.
So, we had to open for inspection, and the house is fine. If we had money, we probably would have bid on it. And the people who got the house, they did well out of it. So good on them. But it was funny. So pretty much it's just the one bidder. And as soon as auction finished, just see everyone just walk away to back to their houses. But it just reminded me of, you know, when something is high stakes, being an auction is high stakes, as it went for just under $1 million, but you don't have any investment in it. It's really a lot of fun because it's fun to see. And everyone, you know, when they've got everyone's there clapping for them, like, good on you, good on you, young couple. Husband and I, with pre-kids, we went to a footy game. We go for Collingwood. Went to a footy game of Hawthorn because our friend had Hawthorn tickets, had good seats for this game, and Adelaide. Two teams I have no hoots at all about. And it was like the most fun game. We just had a few drinks and laughs because there was nothing invested in it for us.
Bored out of my brain.
I thought of the same thing.
Yeah.
But when you just when it's high stakes for other people, but you've got nothing to lose or gain, it's fun.
I would say yes regarding an auction, but no regarding the football.
But I like it. I don't mind.
You I've been dragged to rugby, and I'm just like, why am I here?
But I'm a sports person. But because I think the same with rugby, because sometimes I watch Melbourne Storm games because my husband will watch it. I don't know all the rules to it yet, but I don't mind watching a bit of it.
Counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, something like that. And that's
who's that counting? 1, 2,
because
3.
Isn't it like
I have
like 5 tries or something?
Yeah, how many times they get it?
Yeah, and I'm doing I'm just trying to keep my eyes open because there are no toothpicks available to keep my eyes open. I am counting 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
It's not. I'm trying to equate it to something that normally you'd be interested, because I am a sporty girl. Like say a cooking show or cooking something competition that you're actually not involved with, but you're there
just to watch
just to watch and be a bystander. It's kind of fun. I like it. Highly recommend. If you've got any open for inspections, just go.
Just let Mez know.
I'll be there. Do you remember?
Aussie Beauty Classics.
And what had, I know what led us on to this.
What?
What? I'll tell you what. On the socials recently, you sent us one that Tanya Hennessy sent.
Yeah, so in the group chat,
Mhm.
I sent a meme from Tanya Hennessy,
Yep.
this great Aussie comedian. And it was about the Body Shop. And she had a picture of the Body Shop hamper.
From the circa 1990s.
Yeah.
Yeah. And so this is more the Australian vibe. So if you're from overseas, forgive us for this. But the Body Shop, and also I'll joke about the Body Shop because I know my friend Erin Mines was mentioning this. She always gets gifted
every
Mother's
Christmas
Day.
or Mother's Day.
So I said, Ez, when you die, we're going to bury you with a Body Shop hamper. We must, just to laugh at it because that's a husband's go-to present for it. But in the 1990s, the Body Shop gift pack was the epitome of a great, fantastic present to
The
get.
Body Shop in the 1990s is what Sephora and Mecca
Yes.
is for today.
It's for the kids today.
Yes.
And we actually had a friend, Cal, leave a message on our speak pipe about how she felt about the Body Shop hampers.
I remember when you were going to a party for one of your friends, you just hoped that your parents would give you enough money or you could use your pocket money to buy somebody a Body Shop little hamper, super tight packaging, and you said it made it feel like it was super neat, and yeah, it was just perfect. Good memories.
Oh, that tightly
Yes.
wrapped hamper.
But you would have to like pierce with a
Yes.
pen or something.
Remember the soap, how tight it was? The soap,
There's
it was tight.
I remember the fruit soap.
No, it was a bar or a block
Yeah.
of soap, a bar of soap.
Yeah.
It was tight. It had the plastic, and on the back it had a sticker, like everything bunched up.
Yeah.
And then the sticker on top.
Yes, now that's bringing back memories. Do you remember these bath pearls? They were like these weird metallic colours.
Yes.
And you'd put them in the
Yes.
bath, but they're
It had bath oil in it.
Yes, they're bath oils, but they're disintegrate, but they'd still sort of be sort of this plasticky bullshit sitting at the bottom of the bar. And the smells, what were the classic smells?
Of Body Shop.
Body Shop.
All right, you ready?
Yes.
Dewberry.
Dewberry. What the hell is dewberry? Who knows?
White musk.
White musk. Yeah.
Fuzzy peach.
And vanilla. I love vanilla. Vanilla's
Oh, vanilla's lovely.
yeah, but dewberry and white musk for me.
Oh, if you're a 90s teenager hovering around the oils in the Body Shop
Oh,
with the droppers.
Oh, yes.
Yep. That was peak, like,
Yeah.
I don't know, window shopping as
Yes,
a teenager. I had no money.
Yeah.
I couldn't buy, but I would put the dewberry on my
Yes.
wrist.
Yep.
Yeah, a bit of rub in the neck. And
Yes. And then I remember sort of like in year 11 and 12, people would get those little oils or whatever for their birthdays. And then you'd come in and smell off that white musk
What's
and
that?
dewberry.
Dewberry
It is
smell.
dewberry. Is that even a
Yummy.
berry?
It's purple. It smells like
It
purple.
does smell like purple.
But what about, Miz,
Mhm.
the Body Shop's little stepsister,
Yeah.
Red Earth?
Yes, Red Earth. It's like this distant memory when someone said Red Earth. I'm like, oh my gosh,
Yeah.
Red Earth.
They had more. I remember the makeup in Red Earth.
Mm.
I don't so much remember the beauty product.
Yeah, I feel like it was more makeup-y.
Yeah, all natural. But
Yeah.
they had beauty products in there. I just can't remember them like the Body Shop.
Yeah.
But, Body Shop classic with the lip balms and the hemp. Remember when they released the hemp range? It's like,
marijuana.
Yeah.
I will say they've still got the hemp moisturiser,
Oh,
which
yeah.
I'd always buy for my mum, who's a nurse.
Mhm.
Obviously, they wash their hands so much. Fantastic.
Oh, good.
Rate it.
Good to know.
But Red Earth, I was looked into this because, again, there's this vague recollection of it.
Mm.
And I think they sold it to a spree or something.
Oh, really?
Yes.
Where's the spree now?
I don't know. Is it
It's
gone?
Gone.
Gone.
Gone,
Skin.
baby, gone. Australis.
Yes. Australis.
What great chemist would stock is an Australis? What's that thing? Stand.
Yes. Because it's a cheap alternative. You had
Wasn't cheap to me.
Oh, wasn't it?
It was no. Well,
I thought
Mum
it was
bought
cheaper
it.
to that. Because you have still the Maybelline and Revlon.
L'Oreal.
And the Revlon, yeah. And then for me, the Australis was the cheaper alternative.
To me, that was aimed at teenagers.
Yeah.
Because everyone, like in their ads, everyone's in their bikinis and great makeup and
Yeah.
lovely hair. And I wanted that when I was 14, and Mum took me to the chemist, and I got my makeup professionally done by the chemist lady with all
did you?
Australis products.
Was she a professional?
No, she just worked at the chemist.
I was just having but she was a young girl.
And I bought.
Sorry, what are you? The equivalent of nowadays going to Chemist Warehouse, going to the lady, can you do my makeup? Yeah, sure. I'll
But
give it a
back
go.
in the day, people did your makeup at the chemist. And I bought all the products that she used on me, and I wore it to a party. And I remember at the party, a girl in our high school, we were talking about being shy, and she goes, "You're not shy. You've got so much makeup on." I'm like, "It's the first time I'm wearing this makeup." And I felt like a fraud. That was when imposter syndrome first came into Fonz's life.
That's so
But I
funny.
know, you know what? Looking back, I looked good.
Yeah.
And she just said that out of jealousy.
Okay. Just
At 14.
You're not shy.
Because you're wearing a lot of makeup.
Okay.
The connection.
I know. It's a 14-year-old connection.
Ah.
Do you remember Poppy? The Poppy King?
Yeah. She was the first person to release matte
Lipstick.
lipstick.
Which I love matte lipstick.
Mm.
Although it does make the lips dry. But I think that was just a bit before our going out phase. Or
Yeah,
whatever, so.
we were still kids.
Yeah, but I remember hearing about her and how huge her empire was. And then
Yeah.
did she go bankrupt?
I think she went bankrupt.
And then she was relaunched.
Yeah. I really want to buy some of her Poppy King lipsticks.
Let me know how you go.
I will. One thing that stood out for me, Mez, was Napoleon Purtis. Now, they've gone under,
Yeah.
but no, I did the makeup school and
Did you ever meet him?
No, never met him.
Oh,
No,
probably good for you.
Yeah.
So-
Well, he would have been fabulous to meet, but they sold their company overseas. But their products were great. Like their primer was fantastic.
Yeah.
Like it really filled in everything and before you put your foundation on. So yeah.
So there you go. Let me ask you this.
What?
You know how now there's nude by nature? You know nude by nature?
Yeah.
But do you remember, I feel like there was a precursor to this.
Thin Lizzy.
Thin Lizzy. I was trying to think, what was it? And Thin Lizzy.
Before Thin Lizzy,
Pointing at me, yeah.
Natural Glow.
Natural glow. Thank you. I was
By
trying
that
to-
English
yes,
lady.
yeah.
Try the Natural Glow.
Yes, and we'd be like on the Bert Newton show in the
Yes.
morning. Yes.
Moira
Moira Kelly. I don't think she's still going on. Oh, thank you, Fonz. I was racking my
thank
brain.
you.
So it was Natural Glow. Then went to Thin Lizzy. Then went to Nude by Nature, which is sold out at price line.
I
Yeah.
didn't know that was the evolution
It's
of
probably not,
Nude
but in my head, that's what it is.
Oh my
They
God.
probably have nothing to do with each other.
But remember
In
that
my head.
lady,
Yeah.
like on the Britney, and she'd
Natural
always do the natural glow. And if you do, she's got no makeup on. But if I do the half and half camera,
Yeah.
you see, look at the lift, look at the glow.
Yes. But
Yeah,
I
she
think,
was-
did she go on to do the, you know how there's
Oh,
the under eye?
with the dragon oil serum or whatever
I
it
don't
was.
know. And then she fans it off.
Yes,
And
yes.
then one eye, like all the wrinkles go because it's like,
yeah. It lifts and all that.
oh, I like the look of that.
It looks. I reckon that's just bloody. I reckon
Like
that's just
glue?
Nah, like hang on. What's the corn flour? A bit of corn flour and water just
Starch,
tightens it up. Yeah.
Looks all right.
Would you
Anyway.
try it?
No, I haven't tried it, but I like the sound of it.
I would like to try it.
Yeah. Our next sponsorship. That was our trip down memory lane.
Yeah.
Let's just go back to Australis.
Yeah.
I think that's still around.
No.
I think it is. I was
No.
Googling it, and I think it is.
I don't think so. I think that's been taken over by what's that called?
There's a company that's taken it over, but I think it's still. We'll get back to you on this next episode.
Who did it better battle? Ding ding, here's the thing.
Harold.
Well, today we are putting two Aussie TV stalwarts
Yeah.
against each other.
Mhm.
Who did it better, Neighbours or Home and Away?
Can you do the Home and Away song? Do you know it?
You know we belong
That's it.
together.
What's
You and I forever and ever.
the Neighbours?
Neighbours. Everybody needs good neighbours.
Did that
for a
start around the
little
same time?
understanding.
Do you know?
Nah, I reckon no.
Where's your
No.
facts, Fonz? You usually tell me
I
all the
thought
facts.
I'd relax a bit with the facts because I feel like I come out too much with
Okay.
facts. So, however, Neighbours did start first and Home and Away came later.
I remember watching the very first episode of Home and Away.
Wow.
That's how old I am.
Is that with the foster parents, Tom and Pippa Fletcher?
Yeah, all
At
I
the
remember
Summer Bay
was
Caravan Park?
Sally. I remember Sally and
Sally
Milko.
Fletcher.
Milko?
Milko with her
Yes.
invisible friend. Milko was her imaginary friend.
Oh, then who was the other guy that he had? There was another guy she would hang out with, like who was an 18-year-old. It sounds. And is this
Let's
bit
see,
of a boat
who is
character?
this 6-year-old? Not Nudge.
No, Nudge is- what was that show?
Nudge was Hey Dad, but we're not going to talk about Hey
yeah,
Dad.
Oh, please, let's not.
Let's avoid
But
it.
anyway, so I do remember. I just have this one memory of Sally outside a caravan at the caravan park of Home and Away.
Yeah.
That was the first episode.
Oh, there
Yeah.
you go. So, yeah, had Tom and Pippa who
Mhm.
had the. Are we going to go straight into Home and Away?
Yeah, let's
Are
go.
you ready?
Yeah.
All right. So, like you said,
What is-
Home and Away has these iconic characters.
Yeah.
Alf and Ailsa.
Yes.
Did you know Alf took over the caravan park eventually?
I didn't know that.
There you
I remember
go.
him. Remember the original store? Like you would have this grocery store, and people would ask, and he
Oh,
would go fill out the
yeah.
orders.
Oh,
Old
Alf.
school.
Mr. Fisher, otherwise known as Flathead.
Donald Fisher, the principal.
Yep. Marilyn.
Yeah.
We love Marilyn. Oh, remember those two guys? It just came into my head now. One was a bit dopey and tall, and the other was a bit shorter. They were like the comic relief characters.
Maybe that's the one I was thinking
Yeah,
of.
I can't remember their names. I can see them in my head.
Mm.
And Irene.
Irene.
Bogan Irene.
Irene's still
God,
around.
Can I tell you,
Mm.
Irene's had a journey on the show.
Yeah.
She went from alcoholism to having cancer to being in prison and having a plane crash.
Ah.
You think I had drama with my pumpkins? Irene has been through the ringer.
I understand that. And obviously they've got to keep the show going. So I always love their cliffhangers and whatever. They've got so many.
They always have a bomb.
There's a bomb, there's a fire, there's a kidnapping,
There's a wedding.
there's how many weddings?
Yeah.
Oh God, yes. I think both of them have great stars that have been in it.
Mm.
So Home and Away, the biggest classic one at the moment, Chris Hemsworth had his first start at Home and Away.
Did you know
Mhm.
he, with Chris Hemsworth, he auditioned for the role of Robbie Hunter
Okay.
and got rejected.
Ah.
And then they called him back for another role.
Well, they did
So
well.
there you go. It's like,
Mm.
even if you get a rejection,
Hang in
hold
there.
tight.
Hang in there.
Yeah.
Lisa George, Isla Fisher, Heath Ledger made an appearance.
Bruce Amazon.
Did he release a song?
He did release a song.
Oh, that's another topic itself, like soapy stars that have gone into music.
Yeah,
Oh, my
yeah, yeah.
goodness.
Danny Minogue was on there and Julie McMahon. And that's how they met.
Oh,
And they got married
Yeah.
in real life. And he turned out to be a bit of a, new idea. Said he wasn't a good person or something.
His
So
eyebrows are too thin.
I never thought about his eyebrows. Simon Baker, who then became Simon Baker Denny.
Where did he get the Denny from?
I
He
know.
just added it on.
I was like, why Simon Baker? Simon Baker Denny. But do you know who I loved? Shane and Angel. That was when we were, that was when we were kids,
that
like
was
teenagers.
the it couple.
Oh,
But you don't have
Alf.
free to air anymore, do you?
No,
So you don't see the commercials for Home and Away, do you?
no. But I just realised I'm putting on Alf's accent. Nah,
It's true. I will say the thing about Home and Away I find, which is probably with a lot of soapies, that nowadays, like the guys are very Chris Hemsworth style, very big, broad,
Oh,
good looking,
yeah.
but the acting's freaking shit. And you see it in the commercials, it's like, oh my God, the acting is so bad.
the gang it had Brax in it.
Yes.
It's like, what was it? Sand and water tattooed on their
Yeah.
chests.
So that's Home and Away and Summer Bay and the gloriousness of their summer
Antics.
antics. And that's what I actually love about Summer Bay or about Home and Away is the weather, because they don't have the shitty Melbourne weather. But then we go into Neighbours, which is set in suburbia. In Nunawading.
Edinburgh.
Yeah, but like
What was the name of the street? Ramsey Street.
You really have to take it off.
I'm gonna the spirit of Alf has
The spirit of Alf is with you.
what is it? Compel me.
So we went to the stars of Home and Away.
Oh,
Stars of Neighbours. The number one export of Neighbours.
Kylie
Kylie
Minogue.
Yep.
Yeah.
Danny was on
She-
Home and Away.
Yeah.
Kylie Minogue.
Charlene, the
Charlene.
mechanic.
Yep.
And she was a bit
She was bogany.
bit bogan. She had
Yeah.
her tight curls. And
Yes.
I remember her climbing through a window, hanging out with Henry, who was played by Craig McLachlan, and
yeah, get into him.
what was his name? The other guy,
Jason
Jason Donovan.
Yes.
What was his name? Slap the bogan out of me. Back to
Also,
talking like me.
Guy Pearce, who you mentioned.
Yes.
Russell Crowe was on there in the early days.
That's right.
And the beautiful Margot Robbie.
Yes.
Put her there. Mm.
So I'm going more for Mrs. Mangle, Daphne and Des,
Oh my goodness, Daphne Des.
Lou Carpenter.
What's the is Jim Ramsey?
Yeah.
Was that him?
Daniel Robinson. Paul Robinson. No, hang on.
I think it was Jim Robinson. I remember
Helen Robinson.
Jim Robinson, who the
Helen Daniels.
okay. So aside, Helen Daniels. I remember her passing away. She passed away so peacefully. Her character.
Yes.
But Jim Robinson, like remember Alan Dale? That's his real
Alan
name.
Dale, that's
And
right.
then all of a sudden he started appearing in this American
He was
show.
in the OC,
Yes.
Gossip Girl.
Yeah, and like a lot of like big time American things. It's like
That's right.
Robinson.
He
get over there.
he went over. He had a
Yeah.
crack, and he did well.
He did well for an
He always
older
played
gentleman.
the older gentleman father.
Yes, businessman.
Businessman.
Yeah.
And can we just light a candle for Bouncer?
I was not expecting that. Fonz.
I'm gonna pee my pants. Overall, so gonna be fast. All right, so
I was not
Bouncer.
expecting that. Yeah. I was like, out of all characters, I thought you were going to go Madge or something. You Bouncer.
Bouncer was so important.
Yeah. I do remember Bouncer. Like, if you're a kid of the 80s, you remember Bouncer.
Hey, we were young, right?
Yeah.
Was Paul Robinson, played by Stephen Dennis, was he ever seen as like a heartthrob?
I know because he gave a crack at music.
He did.
And,
I've written down what his song was.
What was it?
I did not write it down.
I remember he played like. it's
Don't
like,
it make you feel good?
ooh.
It did not.
I remember he played this tough character. I don't know. I'm sure there would have been a market.
Yeah.
Stephen Dennis.
Also, the Blakeney twins.
Yes, that just reminded me of that.
What was it? All Mixed Up was their song.
I'm just going back. Do you remember this character, the actress Kimberly Davis?
Yeah, she was gorgeous.
She was stunning. What the hell? If she would not live on Ramsey Street, sorry, no.
I'd live on my street, and no one's told me move to Hollywood. Why didn't she go to Hollywood?
I
She
don't
was
know.
gorgeous.
Oh, Natalie Imbruglia.
Oh,
Come on.
nothing's fine. I'm torn. She was on a Twisties ad after Neighbours too.
And can we talk about Harold Madge?
Oh, far out. Can we ever?
Yes.
Can I do my
Yes, go.
Harold? Harold!
Just so you know, Fonz does this every once in a while. Just like we do our Goonies. That's
When I'm sick,
Yeah.
I'll send Mez a voice message. I'll go, Harold! Yeah, so
yes, and when like he went away and then he came back with
Mez,
amnesia.
we've got to start from the 80s.
Okay.
Madge was in a love triangle with Harold and Lou Carpenter. Harold had a chin wag with Mrs. Mangle about Madge gone around with Lou.
Mm.
And Mrs. Mangle, she thought she was a trollop.
Back in those days, yes. You couldn't hang out with anyone
Were
else.
they in their 40s back then?
They look so old.
They looked like they were in their
I
70s.
know.
And yeah, and then Harold disappeared off the rocks.
yes, he did disappear off the rocks
And
with his
came back.
glasses just sitting there.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, poor, that's a motive Harold Holt.
Oh my God. Yeah. What about Toadie? Toadfish Rebecca.
I was thinking the names that they give this and Toadie Rebecca. Come on.
And his
Darryl
brother,
Rebecca.
Stonefish.
Do you remember Stonefish? Remember he had this like horrible long hair
The
mullet?
Yeah,
Yeah,
the long. And there was a big episode about him cutting
the
it.
hair. That was a momentous occasion.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry. I keep jumping in,
Yeah.
Miss. Were you there when Dr. Carl cheated on
Yes.
Susan? Now, not only with Izzy, there was another girl before him.
I remember I didn't realise he did with Izzy.
Nicola
Charles.
Nicola Charles.
Yes.
Oh.
I remember Nicola Charles, definitely. And then freaking hell, Dr. Carl, he
This is a doctor that made a lot of house calls.
wouldn't, no way Nicola Charles would have gone for Dr. Carl. But anyway,
He's got the goods.
he must,
He must have something, Mez.
must have BDE. I don't know. But, and
Did Dr. Carl have BDE?
not anymore.
I
Joe
don't know.
Mangold. Joe Mangold.
Joe Mangold. Oh,
Billy Spencer.
Oh.
What's his name? Yes, the kids.
the Malcolm.
Billy was a kid. Billy the kid.
And the girl,
Yeah.
Kim Valentine, in the middle.
Yes, and they still got that painting that Helen Daniels did with the kids. They still have it nowadays. Get a new. Yeah.
I would auction. I would go to the auction for that mess. And
We didn't even get into the fact
I'd-
that they did a Neighbours finale for the final episode where they brought back freaking Guy Pearce, came all the way from Hollywood to turn this, and the Neighbours came back 5 months later.
I don't watch free to air, and I switched to free to air to watch that.
Yeah, everyone watched it, and it was a
And it
great way to
came-
finish. And they freaking
Came back 3 weeks later,
yes,
but now it's
shit.
leaving again.
Oh, good, because it's really bad. Now.
Oh, all right. So, who did it better, Neighbours or Home and Away? For me, Neighbours.
I have more memories of Neighbours, and just going into that, looking at a deep dive, I'm a Neighbours chick.
I'm a Neighbours chick.
Neighbours, everybody's
Fonz has got really shit neighbours in real life.
Don't be stealing no more pumpkins from Fonz. We've lost it. We'll see you next week.
See you next week.